Alright, Dave and Cathy here doing the Cinemile again. It's Sunday afternoon. We're both a little bit hungover.
So what better way to spend a hangover than with a load of kids at a kids movie?
Yeah!
It was either this or Independence Day, so...
Again. You could walk out of it again.
Yeah. Secret Life of Pets, which looks quite fun.
I mean, cats and dogs talking... Like, that's about as much as I can manage right now.
Yeah.
So
I'm in it for the popcorn.
And it's the Despicable Me Minions people, and those movies are fun.
I don't like the Despicable Me movies.
Okay, so we're off to a great start. Here we go. See you soon.
Max, this is Duke. He's going to be your brother.
Chloe, I got a bad situation.
I'm your friend, and as your friend, I gotta be honest with you. I don't care about you or your problems.
This is my apartment now, and my new bed. Ah! Oh, dude, Katie's gonna be so upset when she sees that. Katie's gonna flip out. It's just one vase. Is it, Duke? Is it? Oh, that's a shame.
Okay, so my hangover is worse after that. How do you feel?
My hangover's better because I had like a 15-minute nap during it, and I had a giant box of popcorn.
Oh, it was just the wrong choice.
And there was a moment when I was like, "You love me so much," because I thought you were giving me the end of your Cornetto, but then you told me not to finish it.
Well, the Cornetto was like half of it left.
That's why I was actually shocked, because I would never share the end of my Cornetto, and apparently you won't either.
I would have given you, if I was like maybe a sixth, if there was a sixth of it left, I would have given that to you. But I handed it over, and there was like half the Cornetto left. Why would I give you half the Cornetto?
I was so touched, and then so sad when you took it back.
That movie was not good.
No, the problem is it's a kids movie.
It's just slapstick, but it actually bothered me. The physics of the movie, like, okay, I understand the conceit that.
Wait, so the premise is it's called The Secret Life of Pets, but the problem is, unlike something like Toy Story, which was really unique and really fun to see the toys that the owners, we always see animals in kids' movies. Animals are constantly animated in kids' movies. There's nothing unique to see there. And there was no Secret Life of Pets beyond the opening sequence and the end sequence, which were both really good. The rest of it was actually them all off on this huge adventure out in the city.
Yeah, the rest of it was just pets in the city.
Yeah, and after watching something like Zootropolis, which we saw last month, which was amazing.
Zootropolis was a much better movie and it had its own sort of internal logic. I know, which sounds silly because that's pure fantasy because it's a city made up of animals. But that had a series of set of rules and abided by the laws of physics. And like I know, come on, like, I understand that this is absolutely ridiculous to say that a kid's cartoon should abide by the laws of physics, but it just bothered me so much that the conceit of this movie is this is the real world. It's New York. The owners go to work, and then the animals stay home and
run riot.
And fine, but like you could do a lot with that without having, spoiler alert, a bunny driving a bus. Why is the bunny driving the bus? Were you awake for that bit?
So
he was driving a bus down the Brooklyn Bridge, knocking cars off the Brooklyn Bridge, which is nonsensical. There was a pig driving a taxi. So basically, this is just a complete fantasy world.
Yeah, but Dave, okay, you need to get a grip because
it made me so angry.
It's a kids' movie, and I think our expectations were. First of all, I think we're losers for going to see it.
we were the only people in there
who didn't
have
for like
kids.
2 weeks' time when my nephew comes to visit and brought him. So the kids, I have to say, were all enjoying it and laughing.
Were they?
Yeah. I heard definite laughter from the kids. I laughed at a few bits. It's perfectly pleasant to look at. It's a fine kids' movie, and basically,
yeah.
2 30-year-olds shouldn't be going
boring
on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, but
we're the only people without kids. We were like freaks.
we went to Zootropolis.
Yeah,
and
but this ain't no Zootropolis.
I know, but why couldn't it? Should have been. This is my point.
This is
it should
an
be as good as
kids movie, and
I guess
it's fine. It's just for me. I'm like, it's supposed to be The Secret Life of Pets, which it was really fun watching what the pets did when their owners left. Like having parties and stuff like that. What's boring is just watching pets running around the city, going through sewers and like.
The plot was pointless.
Yeah, the
what
plot
was the
crap.
plot? The plot is they go missing. One dog there's a new dog comes into his house.
So basically, the start of it, I was like,
him.
so he's Buzz Lightyear to Woody. That was what the start of it was like when the new dog came in, and then now they're somehow on this epic journey where they've gone to Brooklyn, they have to get back to New York before the owner comes home. And then that's when I fell asleep because it was so boring.
Because and like them becoming...
I was going to walk out, and then I was like, no, that can't be my new thing, that I just walk out.
I wanted to walk out as well.
Because we have these unlimited passes, and I was like, oh, fuck it, we didn't even pay for it. But then
don't you think their relationship could have been developed a lot better?
I think you're analysing it too much. It's not a Pixar movie.
But why shouldn't we hope Pixar and Disney have set the bar high? So why shouldn't we measure other animated films by that bar?
Yeah, to a point. But this is a film aimed at young kids, I think. Except there was some quite violence in it, so I wonder what rating it got. I thought bits of it were quite violent.
It was very violent.
Scary.
They're talking about killing their owners. Basically, the bad guys are an underground society of animals plotting to overthrow the human race. And there was... And
it was also racist.
How so?
I took umbrage with it because all of the main, say, well-to-do characters of the pets were all voiced by white actors, I think. And then the baddie gang leader Bunny was voiced by Kevin Hart,
who was very annoying.
Yeah, it was. I was like, so why is the baddie a black guy, even though I know it was a white bunny? But in terms of the voice and the way they had him speaking,
but
he was just, I just thought it was weird. I don't know why they did that.
I think you're probably reading into it.
Well, I was trying to read into something.
But that's the thing.
I thought that was racist.
Not to again compare it to Zootropolis, but that's exactly what I'm going to do. But that movie had something to say. It had a fundamental message about society and equality. This movie had nothing to say except that aren't pets hilarious? And
come on, it was funny. There's a really good opening montage, and at the end it's fun as well. When there's Poodle, whose owner plays classical music, and then when the owner leaves, the Poodle puts on heavy metal and does a mosh pit. Those were the fun bits.
But okay,
watching animals running around isn't fun.
I got a couple of chuckles, but it wasn't very funny. Did you find that the writing wasn't very funny?
The writing wasn't good. The dialogue was terrible.
It wasn't funny.
But it's a shame because individually I liked the characters. Anyway, look, I think we should stop analysing it. We're losers. If you have a kid, bring them to it because they'll probably enjoy it.
Yeah, because kids are stupid and will watch
maybe
anything.
Just wait a week or two for Finding Dory to come out, or watch Zootropolis on DVD, right? I mean, I'm sure kids will
if you don't mind racism, then apparently this movie is
kids
for you.
Kids like slapstick as well.
The slapstick was so annoying.
I was just bored by it.
Bad. Basically, there's this old dog who says, "Let's go the secret way to the sewers," and then the secret way involved going through a construction site and walking onto platforms. Hey, I liked when they went on that
construction bit of wood, the classic men all sitting on it in the 50s. When
they
went to one of those and they travelled around on that, I thought that was visually quite cool.
No.
There was this one scene that reminded me of a scene out of the First Wives Club.
What was that?
When they all go on that thing that goes down the side of the building. That exact scene is in the First Wives Club. I was like, it's weird.
They go down a tunnel in the First Wives Club.
No, those cages that are at the side of a construction site, and then they can go down, and you travel down the building in them. You probably didn't even notice it.
Just the thought of the First Wives Club is making my hangover even worse. I can't. That was the worst choice of movie.
I'm happy. I got a nap, I got popcorn, and I got
Cornetto was nice.
The Cornetto was nice.
All right, well, let's wrap this up.
Yeah, also, we're not walking, we're sitting down because we're going to the shops afterwards.
Yeah, I'm too tired to walk. What did you think of Independence Day? Let's do a quick wrap up of that for last week.
End of review.
End of review.
So we went to Independence Day because I left
that was shit
separately,
as well.
and we did separate
Such
analysis.
a bad run.
This was better than Independence Day. So we never. When Dave got home, I was in bed, and he was so jealous that he had wasted an extra hour at it.
What a mess of a movie! That was just such a...
an independent. Oh, and I wanted to say, because I didn't say, I don't normally walk out of movies. I don't know if I've ever done that. I wasn't walking out because I was offended or because I was like, this is so bad. I mean, I've seen a lot of worse movies probably. I was just so tired and it was so dull, and there was 20 plots happening simultaneously, and I was like, I don't care how any of these end. It was so uninteresting.
There was nothing to cling to. There was no character that you liked or rooted for. The plot was just being thrown at us at a million miles a minute.
And it was like they assumed you had watched the other movie the day before, which I think 20 years later for a sequel.
I did enjoy every 2 minutes you turned to me and said, was he in the first one? was she in the first one? Were they in the first one?
Because they just kept putting characters in front of us.
But really, it didn't matter whether
But
they were in the first one.
it was an
or
interesting
not.
mix of too much exposition in most lines. It was just exposition, but then other things that I couldn't understand because I was like, why are there suddenly 20 new characters? Am I supposed to know who they are?
My other favourite line from you was, how did they get to London? They were on the moon a second
Yeah,
ago.
it was really
and that really
confusing.
bothered you. And then you wanted more exposition as to how they were able to travel so fast.
Well, I just think you can't just be going from the moon to London via Dubai or whatever they were doing. But anyway, I can't even remember it, to be honest. I've forgotten it.
It was just a
and
blur.
I said I might watch the end of it when it comes out.
But it wasn't
on DVD,
even-
and Dave said it's not even worth watching. the end
Don't
of
bother.
It.
It's
Yeah.
just a mess. Like, the direction was all over the place. I couldn't follow any of the action scenes, really. Nothing was worth it. There's a whole...
You're the bigger fool, really, for actually sitting to the end.
There's a whole bit with the dad from the first one driving a school bus full of children in the desert. Why is this happening?
Oh, and my main beef with it was that there was no ordinary character for us to follow, right? There was nobody for us to root for it. They were all either in the White House or already in the naval space thing or
Yeah, the naval
characters in the
space
first
thing.
movie. There was no everyday Joe. I think that they were trying to make Liam Hemsworth that person, but it didn't work. And there was no
He was
life
terrible.
before the attack. It was just here's the movie, here's the attack, now run with it. So anyway, I enjoyed leaving you there though. So I did tell Dave I was leaving. I didn't just get up and storm out.
So disappointed.
I said a few times we should leave, this is really boring and I'm really tired, and Dave was like, no, I'm staying. And I was
I
like,
regret
bye.
that so much. It was even worse by myself because at least with you there I could turn
We
and
did laugh a
laugh
few
at the
times.
bad
And we did
dialogue.
say, because we were so tired and it was such a rainy evening, I think if we'd gone to see that this afternoon we might have had a bit of a laugh at it.
Yeah.
But because we were weren't in the mood, because we did laugh at a few lines because they were so bad, we kind of laughed at them. But anyway, post analysis done.
Okay. Let's wrap it up.
So, yeah,
Follow us.
secret-
You can subscribe to us on iTunes and you can follow us on Twitter at the Cinemile.
And what's the other one? The Android.
We're on Pocket Casts.
Pocket Cast.
We're on all the apps.
Yes.
If you have the apps, we're on them.
And so
That's it.
final opinion. Good Life of Pets. What's it called? Secret Life
The
of Pets.
Good Life of Pets,
Go to it if you've got kids or you're with kids.
or if you're a racist.
And Independents say do not go and see it under any circumstances.
Stay away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and we saw Secret Life of Pets in 2D. We have to say that. Maybe it was better in 3D.
Yeah, I'm sure the 3D would have elevated it to a masterpiece
Whereas
experience.
Independence Day we saw in 2D, and I think that was enough of it.
Yeah,
I
you
wouldn't-
just can't enjoy
Oh no, we
a
saw Independence
dog
Day in 3D.
flying through the air.
We saw Independence Day in 3D. It was just so unnoticeable. It may as well have been 2D. I don't understand why it was 3D.
The whole thing was in 1D. That's
Yeah.
my review.
Nice.
It was one dimension. All right. Bye now.
Bye.